When I'm starting to do a permanent sand painting, like I'm doing here, I get my board, different sizes, like depending on what size I want to make. And I'll cover my whole surface with glue. And I do make homemade sifters that I have in different sizes. So, and get my sand. And usually I get sand from Sedona, the clear color that I dig up, and it's got all the little branches and little things in there, so that when I do sifting, it cleans it up itself at the same time. So I go shaking my sand over the whole board and shake it off. Shake off any excess. Let it completely dry. And so that's done. So this has the one layer, full layer on it. I have to do the second coat on here. Once it's completely dry, then I will cover this whole board with glue again and sift the same thing. But this time, the second one, while it's still damp, I get a piece of paper, notebook paper, and I start pressing it, giving me a smoother surface. So this one over here is a smooth surface as this one here. That one there, like after the second layer. So my third layer are my colored sand that you see here, like the different colors that I have applied here. What I've done, I try to keep the different colors from not too close to one another until it's completely dry, so that my gray color came in first and this one came in a little later. So you see a gap in here, so that these two I didn't want them to be close together. So that's what I did in making the different colors. So it's you're always separating your colors so that they don't merge into one another. But this one painting here is going to be Mother Earth and Father Sky. So exactly what you see on this board here is Father Sky and Mother Earth. And they represent the beauty way, the blessing way, after a patient has been ill and has received the healing. This is done after the patient has been healed. The ceremonial sand painting is done. But I kind of like the two of them together, having Father Sky and Mother Earth embracing one another. This is kind of my favorite pieces. So I decide, when I'm doing it, it's usually really simple. Just the constellation, the valley of Father Sky, and the four sacred plants of Mother Earth. That's all you see a lot of times. So over here, when I decided to do this, I decided that, they're covered with a blanket, and then in their body is the constellation, but I also put the seasons, and then I figured that they, like the Navajo people always wear belts, silver belt, concho belt, or sash belt. So that's what I put on them, so the clouds here is like their sash belt, over there is another belt here. But I put in the big thunder, the moons, like the rainbow, first star, the North Star, the Small Dipper, the Orion's belt. I try to put that in there, and then I figured that, since he's a man, Father Sky is a man, so I figured the men usually wear their bolo ties and everything, so I decided he's gonna wear his bolo tie. Whereas the lady, she's out of her belly comes the four sacred plants, beans, corn, beans, squash, and tobacco. And then on there, I put in the mountains, the four sacred mountains, and then I put in the fur people, the animals, and also the flying spirit people, the little insects. I put that in there, and then right behind the corn, I have the circle of life of when a baby, teenage, and adulthood, and so all the four circle of life. But again, the female also, she's the mother. So she's dressed up in her ornaments. She's got her necklace and her earrings. So I figured that's Navajo. And that they should be dressed up just like they said that we're supposed to show our turquoise.